Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Kevin, and in today's video I want to talk about healthy eating habits that you guys can implement in your day-to-day lives to increase your overall health and possibly make your dieting life a bit easier. Now, up first, we got not snacking after eating a main course. Now, the reason for this is because when it comes to snacking, I don't know about you guys, but I can eat for days, to be honest, if I'm eating a snack. And the problem with that is you're getting a bunch of unnecessary calories, and especially if you're dieting, this is just gonna work against you. So yeah, you probably don't want to snack after eating a main course. If anything, try to have a snack on the side, maybe a little bit after you have a main course. Next up, we got potentially avoiding even diet drinks. Now, the reason I say this is because the thing with diet drinks is that they're fine if consumed in moderation, but a problem that I noticed when drinking diet drinks is that they tend to make me hungrier, because that sweet taste just makes me want to eat more food, if I'm being honest. But hey, I mean, if you guys can drink diet drinks and everything's fine, then go for it. But if you guys see that diet drinks are only working against you, just try to avoid them, or maybe have them very sparingly in moderation. Next up, we got eating breakfast. Now, this one kind of depends, because I guess if you're dieting, you might not want to eat breakfast because you can use those calories for later on in the day. But overall, I feel like eating breakfast is good because it kickstarts everything in your body and it gets you going for the day. And it could potentially make you less hungry as you go on with the day. Now, this one's kind of iffy and it depends from person to person. So what I would say is just try it out. Try both ways. Eat breakfast for a while, maybe a week or two. Then try not eating breakfast for a week or two and just see which one works for you. Next up, we got getting a good night's sleep. Now, I know this isn't technically an eating habit, but it can very well affect your eating the following day if you do not get good sleep. Because when you don't, your hormones are going to be messed up and all over the place, and you're overall going to be more hungry throughout the day. Just try it. Get like 4 to 6 hours of sleep, and I guarantee you the following day, you're going to be starving the entire day and you're constantly going to be hungry. So overall, you really need to prioritize your sleep if you want your eating to be straight. Next up, we got not going grocery shopping when you are hungry. Now, I know everyone has experience with this, because if you go to the grocery store when you're hungry, you're probably going to be dropping $500 just on random foods, because in that moment your body's telling you that you're probably starving and you're super hungry, but in reality you'll be just fine and you don't have to buy
the entire grocery store.
So yeah, don't go grocery shopping when you're hungry, because you're probably going to end up overspending, and as a result you're also going to be overeating. Up next, we got the idea of giving yourself options. Now, the thing with this is that I feel like if you're dieting or tracking your calories or macros or anything like that, if you're constantly eating the same foods, I feel like you're gonna get bored and you might give up early. Now, if you have the willpower to do it, then go for it, because that's kind of how I was doing my diet. I would just constantly eat basically the same thing, but eventually it got to a point where I had to switch up some stuff.
Or else I think I just would have died at that moment, to be honest with you. But
yeah, try giving yourself options, and obviously within a realm of healthy foods, but try switching up your meals every once in a while also trying to keep the same calories or macros, or whatever, if you care about that stuff. But yeah, try giving yourself some options and see how that works for you. Next, we got not drinking liquid calories. Now, the reason I say this is because liquid calories don't fill you up whatsoever, but yet you're still using up those calories that you could have saved either for later, or that you could have put for whole foods that will actually fill you up, etc., etc. So yeah, you overall want to avoid liquid calories. Water is your best bet, obviously. You could go for diet drinks, but again, like I said, those sometimes tend to make you hungrier, so they might not actually work out. It just depends, but I don't know. See what works for you. But all in all, my recommendation, water. Next up, we got prioritizing protein. Now, why do I say this? Because for one, you're gonna need protein if you work out and you rip your muscles apart. You're gonna need protein so that your body rebuilds itself. That's the first thing. And the second thing is that protein is very useful because when you do consume protein, it's the macronutrient that's gonna keep you satiated the most out of carbs and fat. So prioritizing protein is honestly key to dieting, but also muscle repair. So make sure you prioritize protein over everything else. Another thing that you guys should focus on is portions, because you don't want to overplate your food. Maybe you can set different rules. Like I've heard rules such as long as everything fits on one plate, you can eat it, stuff like that. I mean, I guess you don't have to go that far, but again, you want to make sure your portions are in check, so you make sure that you aren't overeating. By focusing on your portions, you could make sure that you're eating the calories and macros exactly how you want it and how much of it that you want. Relating to this, you also want to make sure that you eat slow. Now, I'm a slow eater, and I honestly don't know too many people that are slow eaters. Like all my friends, family, everyone I eat with, they just devour their food like this, whereas I'm still eating. Maybe I'm like halfway done or something. You want to eat slow because on a broader level, it's just good for digestion. Like, I don't know why people can't understand that. This is why they get stomach aches when they quickly eat, because their body and mind can't process what the hell just happened. But on top of that, by eating slow, your body can take time to send the signals up to your brain that you are getting full. So by this happening, you'll ensure that you don't overeat, because when you eat slow, you're gonna get full faster, and again, as a result, you won't overeat. So make sure you eat slow. Up next, we got setting foods for yourself to eat. So this can be in different ways. You can either track or maybe meal prep or both, whatever. But basically, you just want to set meals for yourself, because this ensures that this is exactly what you're gonna eat and nothing else. And I think this is very helpful, because if you don't set meals for yourself to eat or don't have some sort of plan ahead of time, you might go off the rails and just eat this, eat that, eat that, eat this, whatever, and maybe overconsume your calories or eat stuff that you didn't really want to eat but you ate anyway, and that sort of a thing. So if you somehow create a plan for yourself, however you want that plan to be, but if you create a plan for yourself, this will ensure that you eat those foods and nothing else. So try that out, and that'll probably help you out a lot. Another thing that you guys want to make sure you do is actually go ahead and enjoy your food, because enjoying your food helps you out a lot mentally. Because if you eat food and you're not really enjoying yourself, you'll probably end up overeating just to compensate, or you might get hungrier faster, but you're not actually hungry, you're just bored, or maybe you weren't happy with the meal you ate, and that sort of a thing. So you want to make sure that you actually enjoy the meals that you're eating, so you can avoid these problems in the long run. If you guys can, you also want to eat fruits, vegetables, anything with micronutrients, because I feel like micronutrients are pretty underrated, but as an overall health perspective, micronutrients can help you out a lot. So try to eat micronutrient dense foods, fruits, vegetables, etc. You guys know the drill. And with that being said, guys, I think that is gonna wrap up today's video and the tips that I have for today. Ultimately, what I want to just leave you guys with is that no matter what, just take your time. There's really no rush, and if you make mistakes in the beginning, middle, or even in the end in some cases, it's fine, because we're all human. We all make mistakes, and you're gonna have about 1,000,000 realizations as you go through this journey. So just be lenient, forgive yourself, and move on. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, consider subscribing, drop a like on the video, comment down below with any of your tips or any questions that you guys may have, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace!